As you mentioned at the start of this conversation, there was a renewed interest in like the services you provided as a result of what happened in your backyard in the Duluth, Minneapolis
Hmm.
area with the George Floyd murder. Um, just talk about since you were in the area, just talk about the temperature and like how people were feeling, in those
Hmm.
moments and how it sparked a revolution of sorts.
Yes. Oh, yeah. The tension was really high, even living in northern Minnesota, being a black woman with biracial children, and also just thinking about how do I explain another thing again to my children, and prepping them to be safe. The grief of that was really hard. And then having to explain to my white friends and colleagues and family members of what happened and why it's happening when I still was also grieving and in shock myself. It was really, really hard, to be honest. And it was sad to think that it took his murder to spark this change of awakening. What a lot of us have been in this community of African Americans to say this has been happening since the beginning. There's been lynchings. You guys haven't said anything. There's been police brutality. No one's saying anything. But when it hit and it was in real time and people were watching it on their phones, that's, I think, was that spark, and that spark of wow, we really need to talk about it. But the thing that is sad now, 5 years later, it feels like there's been a halt. It feels like there's been a okay, back to business as usual. And I was hoping, and I think a lot of us in this country and around the world was hoping that the movement would still be going. And I feel like there is. I feel like there is still forward movement. It's not on, main media channels, but it's still people having pushback, people using their voice, people being more confident in themselves and saying this is not right when they're seeing injustice happening. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like now that momentum has swung back to complacency, especially when it comes to looking out for each other. I think, yeah, I still feel like we have a lot of work to do, and just kind of that sadness that, his death didn't stop the ripple effect of what we've been enduring all of these years.
Hmm.
pushplaypods.com